Chelsea versus Sheffield United. You would believe that this should be an easy win for Chelsea, but you would be wrong. Dead wrong. Yes, Sheffield, who are sitting bottom of the table, could be a massive issue for Chelsea, and we all know the reason why. The low block. This has been the Achilles heel, along with a lot of other things for Chelsea that they cannot do to beat teams that are sitting lower than them in the table. Now, Sheffield United right now have 2 wins this season. They are looking like they should not be in the Premier League, but anyone playing against Chelsea can always look good. But in today's video, we are going to talk about how Chelsea can win this game and beat Sheffield United, which again is almost comical that I have to make a video on how we have to break down Sheffield United in their defense, who have been lacking and just letting goals score each and every weekend. But this could be a game that they get a clean sheet. So let's dive into how Chelsea do that. So looking at the formation for Chelsea against Sheffield United, is going to be a 4-1-2-2-1, which is going to be the most ideal situation for Pochettino and Chelsea to dominate this game. Now, there's going to be 3 thirds that we want to look at on the pitch here. So let's first look at the attacking third with our 3 players here, with Jackson, Sterling, and Palmer. These 3 players are going to have to rotate around. With Sheffield United playing a low block, we most likely see Palmer kind of drift into the middle. Jackson may drift off the side, Sterling as well, and these 2 players can flip-flop. The reason why we need Palmer in here is to sit in between the lines on Sheffield United's defense, because if he can sit there and move around in this area, he will be able to create chances and play the ball to Sterling, to Jackson, or to Caicedo and Gallagher if they're making runs into the box. Now, that being said, what we also need to see with these players is controlling the midfield, and that is why doing almost a 4-1-2-2 is going to allow us to have more pressure with these 5 players, because if Sheffield United are trying to play the ball from the back at all, we are going to be able to move all our players up and try to win the ball back in the third right here, because if we can do that, that will allow us to win the ball quickly, move the ball around, and hopefully find the back net as quickly as possible. If we can break down the low block sooner than later, that will cause Sheffield United to come out of their shell, and therefore, again, will have to attack Chelsea. And therefore, again, Chelsea can do what they've been doing all season long, is playing around with possession with the ball, and therefore win the game with their possession, which they have not been able to do yet this season. Along those lines, what we're going to look at here is the back 4. This back 4 will be a whole new back 4, which we've seen before, 4 CBs with their injuries, with Reece James, Colwell, Cucurella, Malagusto. This is really the only option we're going to be able to see with Chelsea. Disasi right now is really the only out-and-out player that can play on the right side. Granted, we could throw maybe another player out there, but Colwell, same thing, is most likely the only player that's going to play the left side. Yes, we could see Ian Maatsen, but most likely Pochettino has been really enjoying Colwell on that left side, and Disasi and Thiago Silva are going to be our 2 options in the middle. Now, granted, we could maybe flip-flop one of these players around, but I highly doubt that Pochettino is going to want to do that. This is what we've been seeing before, and therefore that is most likely what we'll see in this match. Now, one of the key players that we're going to be looking at is Enzo Fernandez right here in the midfield. The reason why he's going to be a key factor in this match is his ability to pass the ball and, again, play over the top to different players. So whether that's Sterling running over the top, Gallagher, Jackson, Palmer, whoever he can find to, again, create these chances. Because he's so good at passing the ball, it's going to be very difficult for Sheffield United to keep their low block the entire game if he's able to control this area of the pitch with his passing and, again, break down the defense with these players around him. It's going to be very difficult for Sheffield United to possess the ball, and therefore, again, they're not really be able to hit Chelsea on their counterattack. Now, granted, if he is sitting a little bit further back, he does have Caicedo and Gallagher in front of him to also hit some of these areas to kind of block things coming down the middle. Sometimes Enzo Fernandez doesn't always work best as a defensive midfielder, but allowing him to free roam back here with the ball and, again, play the round how he wants to play is the best way to use Enzo Fernandez in this team. Now, one of the big talking points is going to be Jackson here. Granted, he has struggled as of lately. Broja also has an injury right now, so most likely will not start this match. And yes, in his last match against Everton, we did not really see much from Broja, and I think Jackson deserved to start again. Yes, they've both been struggling, but if we have to pick one of these players, Jackson should be that player. He's going to be able to, again, dictate where he wants to play the ball, and if he can actually convert some of his chances he has inside the box, Chelsea can actually win this game. Now, granted, that is the big if. He's had a lot of opportunities in front of goal, and yes, he has Missed quite a amount of good chances, but really this player is just lacking that goal scoring ability. Sheffield United should be a team that he should score against and help build his confidence, not only Jackson, but the rest of the team for Chelsea. I believe that Jackson can find the back of the net multiple times this match and therefore, again, go on to win this game for the club. Overall, Chelsea are going to be the heavily favored teams in this match. Yes, like I said in the beginning of this video, this will still be a hard match for Chelsea because Sheffield United most likely will have all their players behind the ball, which we've seen Chelsea time again struggle throughout this season. On top of that, with all big injuries that they have to Reece James, Ben Chilwell, and the list goes on and on in their defense, they have been leaking goals themselves, and Sheffield United might be able to hit them on the counterattack once or twice. And if they are able to do that, we could see Chelsea have all their players drop their heads, lose their confidence, and not do anything in this match. But overall, Chelsea should win this game fairly easily, I want to say, but yet will still be a challenge. But I see them winning it 3-1 in favor of Chelsea. Jackson has to find the back net in this game to again increase his confidence, but Chelsea also have to win this game to increase their confidence and get going in the right direction once again in the league. If not, they lose this game or even draw, it could be worrisome for Pochettino and his future at this club. If you enjoyed this content, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that, and I will see you in the next video.